Welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast, your no-nonsense guide to the markets. Whether you're watching us live at sktrading.live or listening on your favorite podcast platform, we've got you covered. Subscribe, join the community, and get ready to dive into real talk and real market insights. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen Kalayjian and welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Well, we had a down day today, first time in 9 days. I knew the market was very, very overextended. The S&P futures down 40, down about 0.75%. NASDAQ futures down 160, down about 161. Palantir just came out with earnings. We're just trading about 129, now trading about the 121.30 level. Today, it was all about the 30-minute time frames. Wow, unbelievable. This morning, and I'm going to show you the charts on the spiders, the Qs. I'm going to show you Avago, MSTR, Tesla. I'm going to show you Lilly. Great pattern in Lilly on the long, ran about $8 to $10. Really great patterns here on Microsoft, on the sell divergences, on the new high, on the 30 and 60-minute time frame. Gold. Unbelievable. At one point, gold was up over 100. And we had the big buy reversals this morning on the 15, the 30, and the 60. The first pullback was on the 5-minute. The second pullback on the 15 and the 30-minute time frame rallied more than $27. Today, it was all about the 30-minute time frame. So that's the title for today's show. The 30-minute time frame ruled long and shorts. Coming into today, we got some big sell reversals. The S&P futures traded down to the 56.55 level and rallied. I said I wouldn't be short down here. I still have buys on the 30 and 60-minute time frame. And those 30 and 60-minute time frames were nowhere near looking like they were going to reverse. And that supported the market underneath and pushed the S&Ps up 30. And then we got overbought on the 30 and the 60-minute time frame into the sell divergences on the buy trend, on the negative divergences. After the 15s reversed to buy, they went into a buy trend. And then I knew that the lows were in for the day, but that push up to 57.05, 57.06, I knew that was it. I didn't even flinch. Microsoft was down about $3.50 off the high on that. MSTR, Coinbase, all big sell divergences here. Avago hit the 203.20 and dropped about $2.50 at the end here. But again, the bottom line is the story was the 30-minute time frames. On the longs, on the shorts, on the long, on the GLDs, amazing. Netflix, monster patterns in Netflix today. Monster patterns in Netflix, and I'll show you that. So, again, also the diamonds had a big sell divergence around the 230, 245. I'm looking at the market, and I'm saying, the Dow's pushing up to new highs here above the 414 to 2030 level. And guess what? All of a sudden, you saw it push up. And I'm saying that the MACDs are non-confirming. The same thing with the IWMs. The MACDs didn't confirm. But also, the one other sell divergence, when the S&P futures were making new highs, around the what time was this? Around the 3 o'clock time period, right? The 2:45, 3 o'clock. The 60-minute time frames on the S&P futures and the NASDAQ futures were not confirming the highs. So much to show you. So let me get right at it because I got to tell you, I want you to learn this and I can't wait to teach it to you here. All right. First of all, this is the push up here on the 60-minute time frame. Well, actually, you know what? Let me just start this morning. Let me just go back to the drawing board here. All right. So here's the 30-minute time frame on the spiders, and here's the 15-minute time frame. When the S&Ps were making new lows this morning, right here on the 30. What was it? They were trading the 56.55. Then we had a number that came out. You can see on the oversold condition right here, even though you had the negative MACDs. Now, we did get a nice short here off the 15 into the negative MACD right here around 11:15, 11:30. And you can see the 65, and they dropped about 14, 15 points on the S&P. But this oversold condition right here, basically, when you got oversold, the 30 and the 60-minute time frames were still in buy mode. But look at this negative MACD on the 30-minute time frame. When the S&Ps pushed up towards the end of the day, right here, and they were pushing up right around the 3 o'clock right here, boom, the 3 o'clock time period. This is when the S&Ps were trading the 57.06 level. I said, let them have them. Forget about it. And look at the 60-minute time frame here. Look at the 60, okay? Look at the 60-minute. Overbought into the negative MACDs. Now, when you got that push up, trust me, this oscillator was in the 85-90 range. But because you can see that the price right here opened and then it closed a lot lower, right here especially, that you can see that it dropped about 20 points on the S&P. So when it was pushing up near the highs 566.65, you can see that this pattern, that the oscillator was trading significantly higher, but it really is what you call end of bar, and it closed lower. When you see the 15-minute time frames here, let me teach you this strategy, okay? When the 15-minute time frame reverses the buy and the MACDs are positive or MACDs are above the pivot, in this case, the MACD is above the pivot on the 15-minute time frame and the MACDs are negative above the 15, you could take the short, meaning when you got the overbought condition, when the MACDs are above and the algorithm reverses the buy, you take the short. This is another signal to be short based upon this pattern. So when you have the MACDs negative above the pivot, or if they're positive above the pivot, and indicator 4 reverses the buy, and all three MACDs are above the pivot, you can take the short, then you look for the pullback and look to go long. In this case, we took the short, we took a couple of scalp longs because it was getting late towards the end of the day, but overall, the 30-minute time frames cushioned the market lows this morning around the 56.55, rallied 50. When we pushed up, we dropped 30. And it's just amazing, great patterns. These negative MACDs are going to really hurt. I mean, I think the market's going down from here. However, again, it all is predicated on divergence patterns. All right. Let me show you Netflix today. Now, Netflix had some really good trades in Netflix right here. Once Netflix gapped down today, you can see the gap down. The 30-minute reversed to sell. All right. The 30-minute reversed to sell. The 60-minute time frame is still in buy mode. The 60 is still in buy mode. So when the 30-minute time frames were getting overbought 43, you can see we caught the short on the 30-minute time frame into the negative MACDs here. So the 15 and the 30-minute time frames reverse to sell. All right. You take the first bounce on the 15. This is where I caught the short in Netflix. All right. But we also had shorts here when it pushed up into the negative MACD right here. This was a really great short of 37. Boom, it dropped down 10. You can see the negative MACD here, the rising ADXs, the big selling pressure. So what you want there, you want to be able to understand that these patterns are really big sell divergences. Even the 60-minute time frame, the MACDs were negative and you had big selling pressure. But when the 30-minute reversed to sell, you can see the push up here on the 15. Here's a good push up on the price. Here's another good push up, dropped about 8 here, and then the push up here to 44. And then here's the real great pattern when it got up above the 42, 43, almost the 43 level here, 43 and a half. This pattern, you got the overbought condition on the 30-minute time frame into the negative MACDs. all right into the 10-bar moving average. The MACDs are negative on the 30 and the 60-minute time frame, even though the 60-minute time frame is still bullish. Look at this negative MACD. Where is Netflix going when it traded around the 44, 43 level? In my opinion, nowhere. All I did was take shorts on Netflix and give the trade ideas to my community. And look where Netflix closed, 1133, down 10 off the high. These are monster sell divergences. Monster sell divergences. I'm going to tell you now, the 30-minute time frames were the key here. Let's look at Apple. I waited patiently for Apple here. You can see Apple is in a negative trend on the 15, the 30, and the 60-minute time frame. Apple gapped down today, right here at 945. Apple just got absolutely kabooshed, traded down to the 198.21. I waited patiently. When the MACD started turning positive, here was a little scalp, a little short on the 15. But overall, this was the pattern. Look at the negative MACD, the rising ADX, the big selling pressure on the 60-minute, and then look at the 30-minute time frame. Kaboom. Look at that. Right there. Right into that. I was short in Apple, okay, above the 240, I believe, 250. And you can see that Apple pushed up right here and then got absolutely kabooshed at the end of the day. Getting overbought, okay, right here, even though the MACDs are positive on the 30 and on the 15, but it was really the trade when you got the overbought condition right here against the 60-minute time frame. So the 30 and the 60-minute time frames really put a damper on the market today. Market is extremely overbought. We're up 9 days in a row. Prior to today, we rallied over 865 points on the S&P futures. These are monster patterns here. Monster patterns. Palantir just came out with earnings, and it just now looks like it's selling off here again. Let me show you Palantir coming in. So Palantir pushed down here. Again, the 30 and the 60-minute time frames still in buy mode. Okay, so this was a good long here on Palantir below the 21.22 level. It pushed up. Really didn't want to do anything, but once Palantir reversed to buy right here, you can see the algorithm reversing to buy on the 15-minute time frame. The MACDs are above the pivot on the 15, 30, and hourly. Guess what you do? You take the short, okay? You take the short, whether you're short here or above 125 right here, and then you wait for the pullback. And then because now the 15-minute time frame reversed to buy and it correlated with the 30 and the 60, Palantir pushed up and it ran about more than $1 here. Actually ran about $1, about $1.60, $1.70. When Palantir made the new high right here on the day, the 125.26, not only did the 15-minute time frame non-confirm, the 30-minute didn't confirm, but also the 60-minute MACD didn't confirm. So you had nothing but 3 sell divergences here. The 15, the 30, look at that new high, 125.26. You tell me Palantir did not confirm. The MACDs are negative here. These are absolute Picassos here. Absolute Picasso here on Palantir. Again, when you use the multiple time frames, looking at the bigger time frames, this is exactly how you read the market. All right, this is exactly how you read the market on the sell divergences. Avago, AVGO, look at the 30-minute time frame. Your sell mode on the 15. All right, the 30s push up into the negative MACD. So you will have the 30 and the 60-minute time frame on Avago in a buy mode. The 30 and 60, so you have what's called a buy disconnect. When Avago pushed up, look at those negative MACDs on the 30-minute, the negative MACD on the 60-minute. So on the new high today at the 203.20 level, Avago, let them have them. That's the motto. Let them have them. The 30-minute time frames were absolute Picassos today. The buy and the shorts were Picassos on the market today. Let me show you the GLDs. Oh my God, gold was an absolute Picasso. At 9:30, the 9:45, the 15-minute time frame, the GLDs reversed to buy. At 10 o'clock, the 30-minute reverse to buy. At 10:30, the 60-minute time frame reverse to buy right here. Look at a positive MACD. This is like the size of the Atlantic Ocean, right? Here's the MACD positive, all crossing positive from below the pivot. The algorithm reversing to buy on the 15, the 30, and the 60. Here's the first pullback on the 15-minute time frame. Right here at exactly, this is the first, well, this was a little pullback here. And what time was this? At 11:30. But the real pullback right here was roughly 12:30 right here, 204.82. So you had one nice pullback here on the 15s right here, 205.11. It ran about 7 on the gold, and then look at the real good pattern here on the 30-minute time frame. You want to talk about a Picasso? You want to take a picture of this, frame it, and I'll tell you now, it's worth a staggering amount of money. Oversold on indicator 3 into this positive MACD, into the rising ADX, into the monster buying pressure. Look at the GLDs. 304.86. Boom. 307.53. Look at that. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. 6 bars. The GLDs ran. Gold ran from the 19 level. I believe it was 19 or might have been 16. Let me see. I think gold rallied from the 17.5, 18.5 range all the way up to 46 on gold. Now, at the end of the day, I'm going to show you a strategy. Now, you could have a sell divergence even in a positive trend like this. When gold was making new highs right here, I said I'd be shorting gold above 45 to 47.5. You can see you're making new highs here. 307.65, right? Right here. Gold dropped $10. Look at you're making new highs here on the GLDs. Look at gold making new highs here. And the 15-minute time frame could not confirm the highs. If you take your horizontal line here, you can see that the MACD did not confirm the high. Again, a sell divergence in a positive trend. A sell divergence in a positive trend. Gold dropped $10 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars in 25 minutes. People couldn't believe it. I said I would be shorting this gold here. This gold has nothing but sell divergences. You're making new highs, and the MACDs did not confirm on the 15-minute time frames. But more so, on top of that, the 30 and the 60-minute time frames had a 94, 95 overbought reading. So combined with the non-confirmation, the MACDs non-confirming, let them have them. Gold dropped. A beautiful pattern towards the end of the day. Palantir was just trading 122s, now trading 116. So that's getting kabooshed right there. Tomorrow after the close, we have AMD. So here's MSTR on a 60-minute time frame. The 30-minute time frame reversed to buy. So you have what's called the buy disconnect right here. I took the shorts in MSTR right here above 90.5, 91. Now, I called probably about 3 or 4. I don't think I called one long on this all day. I think I called about 4 or 5 or 6 shorts on MSTR because of the negative right here, the negative MACD. I think this was one of them here, 81, 79. Here was another couple more off the overbought conditions on the 15. But at the end of the day, you're making new highs here. The MACDs cannot confirm. MSTR dropped about $5 at the end of the day. But more so, you were overbought into the negative MACDs on the 60-minute time frame. This is an absolute Picasso of a trade. Coinbase, we actually destroyed it on Coinbase a number of times. If you look at Coinbase at the end of the day here, Coinbase, look at this pattern right into the 10 bar, overbought. Let's look at the 60, the negative MACDs. You're in a sell disconnect because the 15-minute time frames reverse to buy. But when the 15s reverse to buy, okay, not only did I know the lows were in for the day, however, when you get the 15 reversing to buy, and you get an overbought condition and you have 2 out of 3, you take the short on the sell, on the buy reversal, on the sell disconnect. Again, pushing up here at 3 o'clock into the negative MACDs on the 30 and on the 60 MSTR. This is a monster bear flag on the 60 MSTR. Absolutely kabooshed. Tesla, last one. Tesla, still negative on the day. Reverses to sell at 10:30. The 30 and the 60. Here's the great short in Tesla above the 383 level. And you can see Tesla dropping again on the overbought condition. I expect the market to go lower here from here. But again, these are great, great patterns. Oh, I have to show you one last one. So Lilly reversed the buy on the 60-minute time frame on Friday. And then what do you look to do on Lilly? This is the first pullback right here. I was calling longs and Lilly below 18, right? I think the range was 14.5 to 18.5. You can see this is the first pullback on the 15 after the 60-minute time frame reversed the buy, which happened on Friday. You blinked and Lilly pushed right back up to 21. And here's another pullback on the 15 on Lilly here. And it got down to like the 20 level and then pushed up to 27. So 2 great longs on Lilly off the 15. Now, Lilly, okay, is still bullish on the 15 to 30 and the 60-minute time frame. So we'll have to watch that tomorrow, okay? But again, great patterns today. I really went through a lot of great patterns, showed you MSTR, Palantir, now trading 113. Boy, oh boy, we're just trading 129. Oof. Whoever bought 129s, he jumped. All right. NVIDIA had a long, couple of nice longs off the 15, the 30, and the 60 are still bullish. So for tomorrow, I will tell you when we get back what I expect for tomorrow. The spiders need to hold above the 561.53. That means the S&P futures, if they tick and they close below the 556.53 level, we're going to get a sell reversal. On the Qs, we're very close. 485.95. The sell reversal on the 30-minute time frame comes in at 484.17. Microsoft, okay, big negative divergences on the 30 and 60-minute time frame. I forgot to show you that in the first segment, but I might just show it to you right now. When Microsoft was making new highs, the 30 and the 60-minute MACDs were non-confirming. So we have nothing but MACDs negative now on the 30 and 60-minute time frame. When you get MACDs negative like that, it's just inevitable before these algorithms reverse to sell on the 30 and 60-minute time frame. There's no numbers coming out at 8:30 tomorrow. Big day on Wednesday. We have the FOMC at 2 o'clock. Is Powell going to cut interest rates or not? And the big one is he has a press conference at 2:30 or 2:40. So everybody's going to be watching to seeing what his language is going to be about that going forward. That could really boost the market if he is really hawkish. He doesn't like Trump. He doesn't want to feel pressured on cutting interest rates. I do think they're going to cut in the June meeting. The GDP number came in 0.3 lighter than expected, but we'll see what happens. But I want to show you this Microsoft here because I did leave this out in the first section. Okay, you can see here Microsoft was pushing up to new highs here, right here. And you can see right here, I'll put this up to the 30-minute, the 30 and the 60-minute time frame. And Microsoft, you pushed up here. Look at this, 439.50. Overbought on the 60, overbought on the 30. This is an absolute Picasso. You can't ask for anything better than this. This is an absolute Picasso, all right? So when you see a pattern like this, long and or short, if the MACDs are positive and you're getting oversold and deep oversold into positive MACDs, okay, this is a sell divergence in a positive trend. This is and I saw Microsoft making new highs. My heart was going like this. I'm like, let them have them, let them have them, let them have them. All right. Okay, that's it. So this is what I expect for tomorrow. One last thing. On the spiders, 557.32. That means we're roughly 63 points away that means the S&P futures would have to close below the 5603 level tomorrow just in order to get the 60-minute time frame to reverse to sell. I don't know if that's going to happen. It could happen on Wednesday if the FOMC minutes come out hawkish. We'll see. But I still think there's some underlying tone here. If this 30-minute time frames reverse to sell tomorrow on the Qs and on the spiders, then you'll have a sell reversal, a sell disconnect, and then I'll be looking for shorts. Okay? All right. But we'll wait till tomorrow and we'll see what happens. Okay. When I get back, I wanted to share something with you from a new student that joined my live stream. And I just want to spend a couple minutes on that because it's really important. So a young man joins my live stream today. And the one thing I tell people, one of my 5 keywords is patience. You're not going to learn what I'm going to teach you and my 41 years in one day. You're not going to learn it. There's a terminology factor. You have to learn the conditions. You have to learn the strategies. You have to really, all in all, just be really head focused on understanding that this is a journey, okay, a marathon, not a sprint. And it's really just for me, you're not going to learn this in one day. And so the impatience of wanting to learn this in one day, to me, it's not there. You know, you got to really take your time. You really got to be able and to listen, learn, watch. Now, the person is making his goal today, but the thing is, and that's great. But for me, I think the primary thing that you really need to do is listen, learn. I teach dynamically, but please don't think you're going to learn this in one day. Please, I'm just begging you. All right. This takes time. I am here to help you, mentor you, guide you, teach you, and that's the most important thing at this stage of my life. Okay, with that being said, thank you for joining me on the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Palantir just bounced about $1.50 off the lows here. It's going to be a crazy one tomorrow. I'll be involved. Also, like I said, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please leave a comment. Please join my community of traders from all around the world. Go to sktrading.live. Please follow me on Instagram, on social, on X. That's official Stephen Kalayjian on Instagram and on TikTok. Again, I give you out my cell phone number. If anybody has any questions, you want to text me. My number is 914-500-7484. Have a great night, everybody. I hope to see you here tomorrow. Please join my community. Have a great night. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Be well.
Thanks for tuning in to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast, your no-nonsense guide to the markets. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe at sktrading.live or on your favorite podcast platform. We'd love for you to rate, review, and join our community for more real talk and market insights. Until next time, keep trading and stay sharp.